Hi, I'm Blisy. Hey guys, if you enjoy this video, I appreciate a like, comment, sub, and little bell notification. Thanks so much, enjoy. Hey everybody, today I'm going to teach you how to RNG abuse a perfect Zapdos for VGC. Now you could also use this method to get shiny. The first thing you're going to need is the 3DS RNG tool, and you're going to click Tools, Main RNG tool, and then that little window will pop up. You're also going to need Eon Timer, and you're going to need to be saved like one twitch in front of Zapdos. So here what we're going to be doing is pretty simple. It's just going to match up the clocks that appear. If you can see the little spinny that appears right there, we're going to match it up with the one in this version. That was wrong. Okay, there you go. Yeah, so we're going to do that. And this is pretty difficult. I have a tutorial specifically how to do this on my channel. Just the clock thing, I mean. So that's in the description as well. I won't go into too in-depth for it, but basically I think that you should record this on your phone and play it back in slow-mo so you can exactly pinpoint where the clocks are going to be. The RNG won't do anything while you're just kind of frozen there on this continue screen. It typically takes 8 of these clocks, but if you get more than one result, you have to do a 9th one. And so on. So once you do that, you're going to go back into the main window of this tool, and you're going to click Kanto Legendary and Zapdos. Of course, if whatever legendary you're at. This works for all of them, for the Ultra Space Wilds. I have a comp synchronizer, and then for natures, you can pick whatever you. I think there's like 5 good natures for Zapdos: bold, calm, modest, timid. I think they're all pretty good. And if you have your TSV and you want a shiny, check shiny only here. I want 5 perfect IVs and hidden power ice. But I'm realizing now that you should also increase that by 1 to get more results. But what I'm realizing here is that 5 perfect IVs, hidden power ice does not leave me very many options for the speed. So you need 4 perfect IVs and hidden power ice for Zapdos. I always forget that when you're going for the hidden powers, you can't get 5 perfect stats. It's just not how it works. So here my options are much better. And what you're looking for here is multiple frames in a row. So these frames you see here, it says frame, Shift F, and then the stats. The frame is 1/60th of a second. And the more in a row that are the same, the better your chance of hitting it are. So like 4 in a row is 4/60ths of a second instead of 1/60th of a second, etc., etc. So I recommend the first time you're going for the Pokemon to aim for a very low frame in terms of time, because you're not going to, you're gonna have to do some calibration, so you're not gonna want to waste a lot of time your first attempt, unless there's a huge frame count like in my Cresselia video where I got like 30 frames in a row. So I'm just gonna aim for this one at probably, I think the calm one at 2 minutes. I was having trouble picking here because I don't like having to aim for a high attack one. Alright, 1 minute, I'm going to aim for this one. It's got high attack, but it's not great. So you right click it, hit set as target frame, switch back to the other window, the main RNG tool. It'll pop up in a second. Oop, right here. And then hit the calculate button, and it'll tell you what to put into Eon Timer. In the bottom screen, so you put this in the target frame section. And now you're going to start your game in Eon Timer at the same time. Now, and right after it loads up, you're going to hit pause. And then when Eon Timer ends, you're going to unpause and twitch forward as the timer ends. So the pre-timer is 3500 for old 3DS and 2500 for new 3DS, and I'll talk about how to adjust that in a second. Alright, caught the Zapdos. Thing is a bit easier to catch than in red and blue, I think, but whatever. Alright, let's see what's going on here. It's the right nature, and then when you do here is you look at its stats, and you're gonna go back into the using stats section, and you're just gonna type out its stats into here. See, instead of using IVs, you click using stats. You're going to fill out what it is. And if you got a different nature that's not one of the ones you checked, you should add it in there, and you should also uncheck your hidden power because you don't know what hidden power it's got right now. Okay, so I got the wrong frame. It's actually not a bad one, but it's got hidden power grass, which I definitely don't want. So I'm plus anywhere between 18 and 26. Now it's impossible to know which one I hit without hacking. So what I typically do in this situation is I just kind of average it out and pick the middle one. So again, I have a whole video on just how to calibrate your pre-timer, but what you do is you soft reset the Zapdos, and in order to calibrate the pre-timer, like I said, start with 3500 on old 3DS, 2500 on new 3DS. You're going to take the frame you hit, so I was 22 frames late, you divide that by 60, then this number, if you were late, you're going to subtract it from your frame, and if you were early, you're going to add it to your frame. So the 3500, I'm adding, it's not actually 3500, you type it out like that, but it's 3.5. So I'm doing 3.5 minus 0.367 because I round up. You round like they teach you in math class. So my new pre-timer is 3.133, or 3133. So with that out of the way, I just gotta find my next initial seed. And this, it'll always take a few tries, but I mean, it won't always take you a few tries. Cresselia literally took me exactly one try, so you never know. The good thing about failing the first attempt is that you get practices for your clocks, because once you get good at this stuff, you can just fly through these clocks like I can. That's wrong. It wasn't. I don't know. Anyway, you can just fly through the clocks. If you're getting a no result here, or you do get a result, but then your frame is not found anywhere, you're getting the clocks wrong. That's just simple as that. Like I said, I think it's best that you record them, but it's all up to you. One more. And you just search again to see if you can find anything good. Using IVs, reset your hidden power, take off any natures you don't want. Okay, what do I got? I like this calm at 11 seconds. That's really good actually. It's only 2 frames, but it's such a good spread. But then there's this one, which is a much better spread. The thing is, you don't want to aim for anything that's a question mark frame. You're supposed to be checking safe F only here. I just forgot to do it because there's not supposed to be any NPCs here, but there must be. So I click usually the middle one. If there's not a middle one, I go based on because it's even. I do the lower one if I was late last time, and I do the higher one if I was early last time. So you just do the same process. Type it into EonTimer. Pre-timer is still a little early, but that's fine. Got the Zapdos again. Alright. So this is Zapdos I got. Correct nature. The stats look like they could be right. Defense looks too high, because defense wasn't perfect. Yeah, I don't think this is right. The HP is right. That's perfect HP. The defense is way too high. I think that's perfect defense. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, and it's not perfect special defense, so. Okay, let's see what we got. Oh, I left ice check and I got no results. Okay, so here it is. I'm anywhere between 8 and 20 frames. Again, there's no way for you to know. So you kind of just have to redo the calculations. And it sucks. At this point, I was fairly late, so I'm not sure which one's the best to go for. I think I'd choose to go for the +8 because I went for +22 last time I adjusted. So I doubt I'm currently that high. Okay, so finding my next initial seed. Like I said, this kind of thing just takes practice, and you'll eventually get it. The process can just go like really quickly if you get it down. It can be a bit frustrating, especially if it's one where there's NPCs around. But I encourage people to not give up, because this is definitely easier than just soft resetting for a Zapdos with HP Ice and some awful attack stat, like a high attack stat. Just better. We got one more to go. Alright. Let's see what we can find. Hey, I like this one right here. Real good. Only have to hyper train one stat. It's got HP Ice. 17's kind of high, but not too high. Don't really have anything else. Wow. Really? I don't think there's anything good here except for this one. So it's perfectly in the middle. It says target frame. And I forgot to readjust my pre-timer. Do 3100 instead. 3000 is definitely too early. Alright, here we go. Oop. I did pause there, I just didn't show either parts of the pause. Okay. Just let me catch the Zapdos real quick. I caught this one in a fastball, which is pretty sick. I wanted to get this or Tapu Koko in a fastball, so that's pretty cool. Alright, I just gotta check his stats and all that. Alright, well, the HP's right, nature's right, defense is right, special attack is right, special defense is right. I don't know what, the attack and speed aren't perfect, which is correct, but I don't know if it's like actually correct. 96. After you do it a certain number of times, you learn which stat is perfect when. And there you go, a HPI Zapdos perfectly. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Any comments, questions, leave them in the description. Thanks.